G'day guys and welcome back to KincromeBuildWars. This is the trip you've been waiting for. This is the one where we get to see us push our car to the limits, the things we've been building flat out for the last few months. I'm so keen, Dan, and whereabouts are we?
Mate, that is the question. Where do you go to test builds like these? Well, we're out the front of the pub in a little town called Waratah, Tasmania. Tomorrow morning, we're going to be hitting some of the hardest tracks Tassie has to offer.
Yeah, and I don't know, what do you reckon, boys? Are we going to do all right?
Yeah, we're going to do all right.
Yeah. So let's go to the pub and have a few beers, eh? Come on.
Let's get straight into it.
When it came to picking a place to test our rigs, Tassie was at the top of the list. This place is well renowned for its tough tracks, wild conditions, and it will test anyone and their four-wheel drive. We're beginning this trip at the Biscoff Hotel in Waratah, located on the wild western coast of Tasmania. Here we're going to be able to enjoy a nice pub meal and most importantly get a good night's rest, because I just know we're going to be in for a big one tomorrow.
5 teams, 5 unique builds. We've gathered a bunch of our great mates to take on Tasmania's toughest terrain, testing their skills, their rigs, and their resilience, all in support of men's health this Movember. This is KincromeBuildWars.
Well, today's the day. We're up reasonably early. We've got a little bit of a drive to our first location. We're all getting ready. And it's not raining just yet, but I'm sure it's going to be raining very soon. So yeah, let's get in the cars and we'll get on our way.
Leaving from Waratah, we're heading southwest towards a small town called Trial Harbour, located on Tasmania's west coast. It's here that lies one of Tasmania's most infamous trails, known for its mix of steep, rocky and rutted terrain that will challenge even the most experienced drivers, and that is Lake Cumberland Track.
Well, here we are. It's the first track of the Build Wars trip, and it's none other than Lake Cumberland Track. Oh, I've heard so much about this. The boys have been like wording us up over the last night, saying that it's going to be gnarly as. But I'm hoping we've got the right car for the job. Like, we've all aired down, we've got all the gear we need, we've got the good tyres, we've got the winch, so yeah. I guess we're just going to see what happens.
Liam and I have never done any driving this hard. This track is a big mixture of off-canvas sections, big ruts, big rocks, mud,
yeah,
the works pretty much. Yeah. So yeah, everyone's car's pretty well set up. Yeah. A few of the boys have got more experience than us, so we'll have to lean on them a bit, but we'll see how we go. Just send this thing up and see what happens.
That's it. Now, Lake Cumberland Track, as the name suggests, it's going to take us to Lake Cumberland, which is a hidden mountain lake, which you can only access via this track. So we've got to work our way up this big mountain into the tree line, and at the end, we get to look over Lake Cumberland. So I can't wait to see it, and that's a bit of motivation to get us through to the end. So yeah, enough talking. Let's get in the cars and start wheeling, eh?
Let's hit it.
Let's do it.
We've got an awesome crew with us for this trip, a great bunch of blokes who are not going to just be good company, but really helpful over the next week of hard wheeling. Paulie and Aiden are in the big Runner, an LS swapped Toyota 4Runner. Richo and George are in the big N57 and 8-speed swapped 60 series. Mac and TJ are wheeling their 6BT Cummins swap Patrol Ute, and Tank and Jacko are in the mighty CV Breaker Prado. And don't forget, you can watch all of these rigs get built piece by piece on their YouTube channels.
Well, Cumberland's already showing us how. This first little section here is already a doozy. It's like a crevice with a river running through it. And I don't know, we'll see how the boys go. I think I know one car that'll probably do a pretty good job, but we'll see how the GU goes anyway. Come on, Dan.
All right, here we are, start of Lake Cumberland Track. I am keen to see how this thing is. It looks gnarly in the video, so I can only imagine how gnarly it's actually going to be in person. That felt nasty. What a weapon.
Oh yeah.
Mate, this thing loves it.
How good was that?
It's so good.
That was sick.
Next up was Paulie in the Runner, and if any car was going to drive this track easily, I reckon it'd be this one. Just not quite enough grip on that line, but after a little bit more scrabbling, the Runner crawls its way up. Believe it or not, this is Macca's first time wheeling a Nissan Patrol, and I've got a feeling that he's going to like it.
Nothing stops a Patrol! Do we reckon the Prado's got it?
Oh, I reckon it's got it easy. It's going to outdrive us all and make us look like idiots.
I'm really curious to see how the Prado goes on this trip. Being the only IFS vehicle in the convoy, it's got a lot to prove.
Oh, nice! Told you to do it easy.
Easiest of the lot.
Richo 60 would have the least clearance and smallest tyres of all the cars in the convoy, so it's going to take some skilled driving to get it through unscathed.
Well, there you go. First hard obstacle, and Dan drove it straight up. In fact, all the cars did, which is awesome to see. So apparently that's the first sort of little challenge on this track, according to the boys. So now we're heading upwards and onwards, and we'll see what else comes our way. Well, we're actually going to offload a bit of the gear in the roof. We're carrying a few of the camera boys, stuff, swags, that sort of thing. And we all want the car to be as low centre of gravity as possible. So a few of the boys in the Tank and Jacko and the Prado as well are going to unload some gear. And then I think that'll help us a lot with this, with the tracks we got coming up. How's the weather up there, Dan?
Brisk and windy. Windy as.
The next section of track posts some deep crossover ruts, but with some slow driving, good spotting, and a good line choice, this shouldn't be any issue for the patrol.
I think I'm going to go a different line to Dan.
Oh, I backstabbed this in.
Don't know if I'll get this. I've cooked it. Didn't really work out how I wanted to. I wanted the front right to sort of grip up, cross me over, and it would have flexed and sort of just went through with a bit of a lift, but didn't really work.
Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out the way Paulie wanted it to, so he's called Dan back to be used as an anchor point so he can winch out.
Yeah, good to go, Dan.
Mac has picked a bit of an unconventional line here, but with those big 37-inch tyres and plenty of suspension travel, I think he should be able to crawl his way through.
Just pick any line you want in a patrol.
Yeah, that's it.
Tank smoothly guided the Prado through the ruts, no issues at all, and Richo backed it up with another smooth drive. Next we have to crawl back over the water channel and out the other side, and this one looks like it might be a little bit difficult.
Up and bump it then.
So a little more wheel speed and she's through.
We've got in here, now we've got to get out.
The runner is twin locked and on 35-inch treps, so it should make light work of this. Paulie's just getting hung up on his rear diff, so I think he just needs a bit more of a bump.
That didn't look very exciting, did it?
What hole?
I was like, send it. It's like, blep. It's a tractor. I chewed it all out for you. Yeah, it's all flattened out. I just flattened it for everyone. Cheers, man. You end up with Woo!
One thing to note about the 60 is that the body is quite big and Richo's pretty game taking it on a track like this without much bar work. And unfortunately, I don't think the 60 is going to look quite the same by the end of this track.
Richo, mate, you're committed, I'll give you that.
It was going to happen sooner or later, but unfortunately Richo's nudged the rear quarter into the bank. So to try and minimise damage, he's opting for a winch. We continued climbing up Lake Cumberland track, and as we climbed higher, the wild weather that Tassie's west coast is known for really started to set in.
Whoa!
100k/hour winds were just the beginning, and it was about to get a whole lot worse.
Yeah, and then turn in. I reckon, Dan, you're gonna need to limiter through here. Limmy, it's muddy.
This part of the track used to be a beeline to avoid rubbing your car up against the wall, but we're about to find out that it wasn't as easy as it once was. Dan was quickly down to his diffs in this deep and soft mud, so we had to run it back and give it another proper crack.
See if you can try and get it.
We'll have another crack. She's bloody close, it's just diffing out. I reckon there's a rock in the middle.
Yeah, just go hard, man.
Yeah.
Let her eat.
Let her eat.
That's it.
Second. I'll give it another hit, but yeah, I'm not feeling great about it.
Wow, this is proper muddy as, and I'm saturated. But yeah, this is like proper muddy, and damn, we're just getting hung up straight away. This is proper gnarly. This is cool.
Dan was getting hung up on a rock in the mud, but we thought we might be able to pop him over with the help from some max tracks.
Good day for shorts, Liam. Still in bloody shorts. Well, it's either wet legs or wet pants.
Yeah,
So.
well, I've got the wet pants.
So,
See that?
and to on the other side. You're just gonna have to go absolute no back off at all, Dan.
With the max tracks in place, we told Dan to give it another red hot crack, but we couldn't even get him started this time.
That's not good. That's not good. Far out. Alright, so we're going to use the high mount, that's why we put it on the car. We made one rule on this challenge, no car left behind. So Paulie's going to bail us out from the front. Right, spend all that money on a winch.
At this point, it all started to get worse. Bogged down to the axles, torrential rain and damaging winds. So we roped around the winch to pull his car up front, and we hoped that we'd be able to pull the car the whole way through.
So luckily we've got 35 metres of rope on the winch. So we've run it all the way up there, and hopefully we can pull us all the way through this rut. This is why we built this winch, so let's try it out. Go, Dan. Far out, this is...
We were able to winch through that first bit that was getting us stuck, but the real test would be to see if we could get over the rocks that were holding us up before.
Oh, this is cooked, man.
Take the easy line, they said.
Oh, yeah, the easy line. Thanks, Macca.
I reckon we've been kicked here.
Far out, this is more than I signed up for, I'll tell you what.
We kept on trying, giving the winch everything it had to try and get us over these rocks. But no matter how hard we tried, we just couldn't get ourselves unstuck. While we were getting ourselves unstuck, the other boys carefully navigated their way through the A-line, but it came at a cost, with all cars doing a small amount of panel damage. With the GU still stuck where it was, we decided we were going to try a double line pull to hopefully give the winch more torque and be able to drag it over those rocks.
So we've set up a double line pull with a winch ring back to Paulie's car. Hopefully that's going to give us a bit of extra gearing to pull the car out so the winch doesn't have to work as hard.
With the double line pull set up, the GU still didn't move and it instead just dragged the runner towards us. So we moved the runner to a new position where it could be better anchored.
Here we go, the big pull.
Hold that buck. Give it some drive. And bit of left.
Even with the runner re-anchored, the GU still didn't want to move forward, and the chances of us getting over this rock were looking pretty doubtful.
Fire, this is as plugged as they get. Not to mention, mate, we're crawling around in a mud pit. I am soaked. It's raining. My boots are just full of mud. Oh, fire out. This is a taste of what's to come over the next week or so. Oh, God.
After many unsuccessful winch attempts, we decided that the only way to get the GU out was backwards. So we rigged up Richo 60 for an awkward pull around the corner and through the deep ruts.
Yeah, I tried to cross and my foot went down to my knee and I just went straight over.
Oh no! You know, if you're wearing pants, you'd still be clean.
Oh, I don't need pants though.
Pants wouldn't be clean.
We got to work on winching the GU back. It did take quite a few different pull attempts to get it around the corner correctly, but eventually we got it back over and onto the A-line.
Going, now start hooking. There you go. Hey, that rock works. Yay!
The A-line was a tight track just as we expected and came unfortunately with some body damage to the backside of the GU.
Wow, that was an effort and a half. I'm saturated. We finally got the car through with some damage, but
Minor damage.
Lost a flare, but we think we're just about to now enter into the tree forest area. So we'll see what that's like. Well, we've made it into the forest area. We're finally a bit protected from the wind and stuff. So we're just pulling over here, having some quick lunch, bit of a refuel because kind of took it out of us a bit doing all that stuff. So yeah, Dan's on the sandwich duty. I've gotten into a fresh jumper and changed my footwear as well. So yeah, have a quick bite and then now we take on, this is like the jungle section pretty much. So up through the trees, bit of a rocky stuff. But yeah, looking forward to it. I think I might even get behind the in the driver's seat as well. So see how we go.
Not exactly fancy, Lamb, but it's quick.
Oh, that looks good to me.
We've got ham, cheese, lettuce,
Lovely.
garlic sauce.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, well, it's my turn to have a drive and we're in the forest now. So we'll see how this goes. Far out, big rock. Gotta get used to this throttle as well.
One of the coolest things about Lake Cumberland Track is how its scenery changes as you drive up it. We were right out in the open before on the side of a mountain, and now we're deep in the rainforest, crawling over large boulders and through rock gardens.
This is literally like crawling through a jungle, mate. This is crazy. Well and truly in the jungle.
That's it.
It's like a little rock garden. Patrol's getting through it though, which is good. Finally got some feeling back in my fingers. Pretty technical, some of this rocky stuff.
This is actually my first time hard off-roading a GU Patrol, and I was surprised to learn how much different it felt to wheeling my GQ. Despite the fact that they've got the same diffs, effectively the same chassis, and just about everything else, the car actually feels a lot bigger, and not to mention having a TB48 and automatic is certainly different to the manual and TD42. I just want to quickly mention a big thank you to Kincrome for their years of support for Aussie Arvos. They help support the time, creativity and production that goes into every one of our episodes. If you can make an effort to go and watch the Kincrome Build Wars episodes on their YouTube channel, and make sure to leave a comment of what you think of the Build Wars series. The more views, engagement and subs they get to their page will ensure the continued support for more content like Build Wars. The next section of track is a pretty gnarly rock garden known as the Gatekeeper, because traditionally, if you can't make it through here, well, you're not going to make it through what comes next.
This is the big rock garden. Just, I don't know. I think I'm going to try middle line and see what happens. Far out, this is gnarly.
You're in a good spot.
I just punch it.
This was a very big step to climb and a big ask for the car to get up, but I thought with a few different cracks at it, I might be able to get it to hop over.
Right, yep. It's close.
This slider's nearly off that rock.
Yeah.
One more.
One more.
One more crack. Come on, Patrol.
I thought that was it!
It's bloody close.
Well, we're pretty much bottomed out, so we're going to skull drag it with the winch.
Well, it was a pretty good final effort, but didn't quite cut the mustard, so we ran the winch out for a quick bump up and over the rock garden.
What do you reckon, Liam?
Pretty good, eh? One
Nailed
winch
it,
isn't
mate.
too bad. It was a pretty tough climb.
Very good drive.
All right, here we go. The gatekeeper. My number one priority here is to not break my tail shaft. Because I don't have a spare.
Paul is opting to try and crawl a different line, but it doesn't look like there's that much traction available.
Not where I wanted to go.
Paulie has one last crack at this line, but can't make it work and doesn't want to risk damaging his tail shaft, so he backs down and tries for a different line.
We got it. The runner.
I'm waiting for the sweet sound.
I said before, it's like, oh, Tank, you're on 35s, and TJ goes, didn't you see the number plate?
Tank's going to have to be careful wheeling the gatekeeper. Between the big tyres of the Prado, its weight, and not to mention just a hard track, those CVs really are vulnerable.
Well, currently the Prado's just facing a bit of a clearance issue. Tank's having a bit of trouble getting stuck on the rear diff. But we're going to try max tracks and such, and, you know, worst case result to a winch, and that'll be able to get them up. I think they've been pretty cautious not to break CVs. As the number plate suggests, CV breaker, they're trying to avoid it.
The max tracks didn't work, so they opted for a winch, but still a pretty good effort for a Prado.
How'd you go, Tanko?
Look, slight disappointment we had to pull the winch out, but it is a Prado and it's going pretty well so far.
Mate, you don't...
Richo's going to have to be careful piloting the long-bodied 60 through this rock garden, so let's see how he does. Richo did a good job to navigate the 60 up that first section, but ran out of clearance and so opted for a winch. The only one left was for TJ to bring up the big garbage truck, and if you don't know why it's called the garbage truck, it's because this thing literally sounds like one. Have a listen to that 6BT, you'd think it's bin day.
When do we get to the 4-wheel drive bit?
Nice drive, TJ, but if you're looking for the 4-wheel drive bit, well, I think that's exactly what's coming next.
Alright, so we've made it to the infamous Lake Cumberland track switchback.
I mean, just.
Yeah, I
pretty
know,
wild.
But this is like the really gnarly part of the track. This is like, if you make it through this, you pretty much completed, like, kind of.
Pretty much. Oh, no, it gets, there's some pretty gnarly stuff.
Well, it gets worse, but anyway.
But this is like the be all of end all. If you don't get up this, turn around.
Yeah.
The switchback requires you to make a steep and sharp turn up the hill whilst navigating a watercourse and several large boulders. And trust me when I say the camera does not do this one justice, this is a really gnarly obstacle.
All right, well, the infamous switchback of Lake Cumberland track. I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm just gonna try our best and hopefully the patrol can get us through.
The Lake Cumberland switchback is the most well-known part of the track, and whilst it has changed a lot over the years, it is still quite the challenge.
Get out the way, Magga.
Far out. This is a gnarly angle, holy. Right.
Getting around that big boulder is the first part of the challenge. Now I've got to get the rest of the way around.
Hung up on the rear bar, far out. I would have had it too.
The patrol was so close to getting up, it just needed a tiny bit more grip.
Here we go. That's nearly good. Right at the end. Far out, we did it! The switchback driven by the patrol. You wouldn't believe it. That is awesome. Mate, this car's a weapon. I love this thing.
Macca's Guidance Services. What do you reckon?
That was all Liam.
Not bad. Hey!
Good.
How'd you go,
I
mate?
have to give special thanks to Paulie for the words of encouragement. Just to say, bit more, it'll get it. More mumbo.
More mumbo.
So with the patrol successfully around the switchback, it's time for the other boys to have a crack.
Jesus, big fella. The track's that way. Is that meant to auto deploy or not? Yeah, he's onto it.
Next up is the Prado, and things are already getting dicey for Tank before he even hits the switchback.
Drive it! Atta boys! Get coming! It'll make it look dramatic. Oh, I know it looks pretty gnarly.
Wow, what a cracking drive from Tank, made it look easy. Let's see if Richo can do the same.
Got to take a different line to everyone else. We don't have the departure angle, so we're trying to go up left and then hook right. Hopefully we can get in this swim.
Richo's managed to safely get around the rock on the inside without doing any damage to doors, so let's see if he can continue the trend and get out unscathed. Just as Richo thought, his lack of clearance is getting him held up, so he's going to reposition and take a different line. With the 60 up and around, the last to come up is the garbage truck, this time Max piloting, so let's see how he does.
This is actually my first time driving switchback, so I'm a little bit nervous.
So next, just after that other switchback, we have another switchback. So it's gonna be a 2-point turn and then into a rock garden, so see how we go. All right, now we're in the rock garden.
The second switchback certainly isn't as technical as the first one, but it's followed up by some big rocks and roots that can definitely catch you out. This bit's definitely going to require a combination of good line choice and momentum to get through.
Got it.
The runner makes pretty light work of this obstacle and crawls through with relative ease, and meanwhile on the switchback, Tank in the Prado is having a couple issues.
What an animal.
The Prado is carrying a lot of weight in the back and on the roof, and so it likes to pick up a wheel pretty easy, and it's done quite a big one on this switchback.
Tank is an absolute animal. Driving it like he stole it.
A quick winch though, and the boys are back on 4 wheels and heading up the mountain.
Far out.
The Prado isn't having much luck getting over these rocks and ruts, so the boys decide to run a winch to pull it over. But as we're about to learn, sometimes even using the winch can still cause damage to a car.
Should've just drove it.
The CV breaker. First track. It's not the CV.
Unfortunately, the Prado has done a CV, but we can't say we didn't see this coming at some point or another, so at least we've got spares.
Yeah, it did look good. They're the factory 350,000 pound CV, so.
So just coming through this little challenging spot here, little rock garden, and we ran out of flex in the big Prado, so the boys have put it on the winch. Now they've winched it across on an angle and then trying to hook with the steering the other way, and it made that little familiar pop that may just match the car's number plate. We're not 100% certain yet, but it definitely sounded like we've done a CV.
The Prado might have done a CV, but it's certainly not going to stop us from moving on, and we'll be able to fix that later on in the track. For now, let's get the rest of the cars through this section so we can keep moving forward.
Oh, nice, Richard. Well driven.
I hope all the boys like pinstripes, because that's what we're getting. If any car of mine were to have pinstripes, this is the one to do it. Alright, see if we can try crawl this. Try and straddle the rut that's in here. Oh.
Yeah, that's not ideal. Maybe back that down.
I think no matter which way I hit this, that front wheel is going to want to pick up, so I got to try drive it through with some momentum.
That was pretty crazy. Bit of a committing drive. I almost backed off there, but lucky I stayed on it.
Paulie Paulie was trying to crawl his way through this rut, but that wheel lift was making things challenging, so he was going to try for a different line.
Almost.
I don't think he liked the idea of that alternate line, so he went back to the first for another crack.
It will eventually come down.
A committing drive by Paulie, well done.
Oh, now it's just crow. Just crow.
The Prado wasn't going to have any luck trying to drive this with 3-wheel drive, so we brought in the runner as an anchor point for the winch.
It's going, it's going. Oi. Whoa!
Wow, that certainly was a big lift. Good thing that winch was hooked up.
Oh, he might have done it. Oh. Safe to say, Richo surprised us all with that one. That was a bloody good drive. Look out, what's happening?
Oh no, I've stripped a tie rod ball joint castle nut, like fully, like there's no thread in there anymore.
There's no thread left.
So it was just kind of bouncing around on the pin.
Well, we might have one that'll suit.
Fingers
crossed.
crossed.
Because if you lose that, you don't have any steering.
And then we're in a lot of
Oh no,
trouble.
you got steering to one wheel.
No, that's
I could rush.
Is it tie rod or drag link?
No, it's that to the pitman arm.
Oh, yeah.
Top one.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't have any steering.
No, it's
Well,
not.
you can steer the wheel, but it just won't turn the car.
Just won't do it.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool. But no, I think we need fine.
Well, Mac is searching for his little nut for his drag link or tie rod end, what do you want to call it. And we think we found one on our high lift jack mount.
Woo!
Fingers crossed.
Because from this one, it doesn't matter what goes in it.
Oh yeah.
Lovely.
Would you like this nut?
Thank you.
No worries, mate.
Thank you.
Look at that. Friends.
Car friends.
Let's get it on. No, but I'll.
Well, there we go. That's hopefully a nice little easy fix for Macca, and then he can drive through this next line.
Now there is a bonus line to the one we've been taking, and Macca, now that he's a true patrol driver, has the confidence of one too and wanted to give this line a crack. It was quickly apparent that there was no way this car was going to drive this line. You have to climb inverted on the passenger side as well as climb over the ruts. It really is a doozy, so Macca opted for the A line.
We're just doing some inflating. We noticed there when I drove up that last bit that I could hear this slight air noise coming from the front right wheel, and Dan's discovered that a bit of air's escaped. So whether that's because the second airs weren't pumped up enough or there was just that much pressure on the sidewall that it, opened a tiny little gap.
I think the second air was down to maybe a slightly lower pressure, and we're pushing him pretty hard.
Yeah.
And that's just got a bit of mud in that in the bead now. So, well, it didn't come off the bead. Like by rights, it actually still looked fine because of the inner bead lock. But I just checked it, and yeah, it only had about 3 PSI in the tyre, and it still looked good. But yeah, I pumped it up again. It's getting a bit of air coming out the bead again, which is probably just because there's a bit of mud in there. So we might have to try and get that out. And
later on,
yeah, I think we'll just get up the top and we'll have a look
worry
at
about it later on.
That's it.
Well, we made it through that bit, few winches and some other stuff, but we're in the open now. We've made it out of the tree canopy and we're crawling along, and we're so close to Lake Cumberland. So I'm super keen to see it because this is some really cool country that we're driving through at the moment. So you tell you what, I've been so impressed with how this car has been doing. Like, we ended up having quite a fair bit of weight in the back, just by the time we put all the gear in, and all the fuel, that sort of stuff. I reckon it's gotten fairly heavy, but it's still been doing so well. Those tyres, absolutely unreal. Not to mention all the suspension stuff's been handling really well. Those Formula shocks are doing their thing. And of course, all the bar work we have on, the Razzler bar work, mate, that stuff is just copping it, but it's loving it, which is awesome. Yeah, it's so good.
Up ahead, there was a bonus line that looked pretty gnarly, and I wasn't sure if we were going to drive it, but it wasn't going to be up to me.
Hey Liam, mate, you got a copy?
Yeah, what was that?
I'm calling you out, hard lines only.
Oh, you're joking. That's a scary one though.
Oh well, if you don't do it, I'll do it. I broke a CV on this one last time, so I'm keen for redemption.
Alright, well, I can't back out of this one, so I'll give it a stab.
That's a spirit.
Oh well, that's it. Hard lines only. Looks like I got to drive it, so this is pretty technical, but we'll see how we do. Oh, we got it.
Well, that's the hard line complete. Time for Paulie to back it up.
Slow and steady wins the race.
We also gained 40 points in the drive.
Too easy. Too easy. Idle.
How'd the hard line go?
That was easy.
Yeah.
My foot did not push the throttle.
Yeah.
But yeah, just put the wheels in the right spot.
Yeah, unreal. Good work.
That was good.
Going from beers to apples.
Yeah, health kick.
With the patrol and the runner-up, the other boys were also keen to give the bonus line a crack.
Keep coming. Keep coming. Have to wait for it. Have to wait for turning that way. Keep turning that way. Turn. Go back a touch. Go back a touch. Keep going.
Hey, I just lost my brakes.
He just lost his brakes. Like none whatsoever. None whatsoever. Just watch out. He just lost his brakes, so just watch out.
Maybe it's just...
Did you say you lost brakes? Just went real soft and doughy.
Yeah,
I did see something dripping off the transfer, but I wasn't sure if it's just water.
Nah, that's just transfer. Next transfer.
It's just water?
Oily?
That's just oily. Let me sniff it first. No, it's brake fluid.
Yeah.
100%.
Where's it from?
Oh, you got all hard lines in this?
Coming off your drive shaft.
You got all hard lines in this?
Nah, there's a soft line.
What we'll do, let's just winch you up. Yeah, winch you up out of the way.
Can you tell Paulie over radio to roll back, Rich?
You had that, bro. That was nice.
Meanwhile, Tank and Jacko are down on the main line of the track doing another difficult section, and little did they know they're about to do some serious damage.
What was that?
The compressor's running. The compressor's running on. Rear lock is off now and it turns off.
It's internal if that's the case.
Really?
Well, it's not leaking. Try drive it. What's happened? It's broken a rear left axle or a diff.
It was a pretty big clunk.
The way that was doing that looked like diff and more than axle.
The rest of us were all up on the bonus line of the track and had no idea what was going on down there with the Kincrome Prado. But then a message came over the radio that none of us wanted to hear.
It's just come over the radio that I think Tank and Jacko may have lost a rear diff in the big Prado.
Oh god, it's going all bad, but it's one day. It always happens at the end of the day. We're like, oh, we're almost there.
We winched the 60 into a position where it could be worked on safely, and while the other boys got stuck into that, Dan and I went down in the patrol to save the Prado.
Well, while the boys sort out the 60 and the brake line issue, the patrol's on Prado recovery mission. So they suspected they've blown their rear diff. So we're gonna have to pull them out probably of somewhere regardless, because they got no CV in the front and no diff in the rear.
No, that's correct. So yeah, I think we're at this point going to try and get them to a nice flat spot where we can have a look at how we're going to get them out of here, because they're in a bit of a pickle, as you might say.
Far out, but I tell you what, we found the lake.
We found the mystery lake, yeah.
But it hasn't come without its consequences.
No, yeah, it's a nice lake. We might, once we get all the cars to the top of the hill, we might actually stop and have a look at it.
Yeah, that's it.
We crawled our way down and around to the other side of the track so that we could pull the Prado forward.
Here we go, Operation Prado Recovery. Yep.
Using the Prado's winch, we hooked it up to the front of the GU and were able to winch it slowly out of the obstacle.
Yeah, well, we got him out. Now we've got to reverse him back out, get him out in the open. So the issue is here that they've already broken a front CV, and now they've done the rear diff. So they've got literally one-wheel drive pretty much. They got one-wheel drive, so the most we can really do is fix that other front CV and hope that we can get them back down the track in front-wheel drive. So yeah, that in front of us right there is Lake Cumberland, and that's what we came for. And we did, you know, it was a bit battered and bruised to get here, but we did get there, so it's awesome to see.
As much as we would have loved to just sit back, admire Lake Cumberland with a cold beer in hand, we had bigger issues to fry, and the boys had to start getting stuck in and fixing this Prado.
Well, this is what happens in Tassie. I just got to put boots on, and I got a leech. I got a leech on my toe. I thought it was feeling a bit numb.
Careful, mate. People normally pay for that kind of content.
Oh, it's moved. Ah! It's on ya! Oh, it looks alright.
Look at that! Oh,
yeah!
I'm a surgeon.
I am a surgeon.
Fire!
Despite all the breakages and work that needed to be done, we did still feel that we were deserving of a cold beer, so decided to crack one anyway.
Well, we did it. We made it to Lake Cumberland. You wouldn't believe it. There it is behind us. I would say that that was successful getting there. Look, it didn't come without its compromises and challenges on the way. Obviously, we've got a couple cars that are having a few issues, but we did all physically get here. So.
Yeah, that's it. All the cars made it up to the top.
Yeah.
Some of them needed a little help.
Yeah.
But to be fair, everyone made it till like this close to the end.
That's it.
Like,
and I was
right
honestly, I was super impressed with all the cars. Like I was thinking to myself, oh, the Prado might struggle a bit or the 60, but mate, they really showed up, I think, all the other cars as well. And obviously,
100%.
super stoked with the GU as well, mate. That thing's a killer. I'm so happy with that car.
Exactly. Yeah.
But you know what the funny thing is? The challenge isn't over because, yeah, we got here, but we've actually got to get all the way back down the mountain and we've got to fix a bunch of cars first. So, yeah, we better not hang around and we better get fixing so we can get back down the mountain before midnight.
That's it. We've made it to the top. The sun is going down. But yeah, let's get these cars fixed.
Yeah.
And let's head back down.
That's it. What are we doing, Dan?
Well, I've just lifted the car up, or not lifted up, but just taken the weight off this side. So I think our pressure was too low in our internal bead lock, and with all the hard driving that Liam's been doing, he managed to get some dirt in the bead. So I checked the pressure on this tyre and we had about 3 psi. Although I will say this for the internal bead locks, it didn't actually look that flat because it would have just been sitting on the bladder.
Yeah.
So it's hissing air out of the bead right now. So I've just taken weight off the tyre. I'm going to dump the pressure out of the tyre and the bead lock, and we'll try and get the dirt out of the bead. And then, yeah, we'll get the pressure back in the bead lock, get it back seated, get some air in the tyre, and hopefully it reseats nicely. Full of shit. They must have gone right down there.
So Dan and I went about cleaning out this bead so we could reseat the tyre, and all this time the boys have been working back on Richo's car trying to get his brakes sorted out.
All right, so the boys are down there, what, pulling a diff out?
Yeah, there's no rear wheels on it or axles in the front.
And we're here fixing Richo's brakes. So we've fixed it. It's fixed. So what we ended up doing was we've pulled the rubber line from the rear diff, the one that goes from the chassis to the diff, and I've disconnected the hard line that goes to the back, so because he had a hole obviously in the hard line, and we've screwed the rubber line into there to bung it off, and then we've crimped it shut with vice grips and zip tied it. What do you reckon, George?
Job done.
Job done. Happy days. Oh well, at least you got front brakes.
Yeah, let's go get some dinner.
Do you reckon KFC will be open when we get there?
Gonna drive down.
So the boys had managed to fix up Richo's car good enough to get it back down the mountain, and meanwhile Tank and Jacko had been getting stuck into pulling the rear diff out of the Prado.
Oh, it's just jammed.
The rear diff on the Prado was well and truly cooked, so all we could do was stick the rear wheels back on and move on to fixing that front CV. Luckily, the boys are pretty well versed in fixing independent front suspension vehicles, so a simple CV swap shouldn't be too hard. So with the old and broken CV out, we could replace it with the fresh new spare one, and then we'd be ready to head back down the track.
Well, it's currently like 9:15 and we've just gotten the CV breaker with a new CV as well as the rear diff sorted, and we're finally ready to start heading back down Lake Cumberland track to the bottom. And as you can tell, it's pitch black now, so this is going to be interesting. We're actually going to set up Macca's GU to tow it down, to pull it through, and then we're going to follow behind the Prado in the GU with the high mount, so if we do need to winch it, we can. And hopefully we can get it down with relative ease, but I reckon the switchback is going to be a bit of a drama, so we'll see how we go there. But yeah, let's jump in the cars and start heading back down the track. Dan's steering the GU ship back down, and I don't know, it's going to be slow going, I think, because they have to pull the Prado through quite a bit of stuff, but it is what it is. So just see what happens, I guess.
Yeah, that's it. It's well, it ain't gonna get much darker, so we got that.
No, that's it. It's already like 10 o'clock. Is this what you had in mind, Tank?
This is exactly what I had in mind. I thrive on chaos, and chaos has provided.
Yeah.
It's amazing how having only front-wheel drive really hinders the capability of a vehicle, and before we could even get far from where we fixed the car, we were already having dramas with getting the Prado back through the track. Nothing that a quick winch from the GU can't sort out though. I wouldn't have thought so, but Lake Cumberland is almost just as hard going down as it is going up. You really have to be careful guiding your way through the terrain, or you can quickly end up in a nasty position.
Yeah, straighten up, straighten up, straighten up.
Keep driving it, let the front come down.
And then eventually your front left's just about to drop down, but you should be sweet. Yeah, all good, all good, all good. We're well and truly in a proper night run. Time check. Like, still can't check the time. 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock on the night run, and we literally haven't even made it back to the switchback yet. We got a lot to go. Far out.
It was already getting super late and we hadn't even making it back down to the switchback yet, but we're being super careful because anything going wrong with the Prado coming down could cause us to have an even later night.
Good drive, mate. Good drive.
Yep, Ripper, you're gonna drop your front left in. Slow on the brake right now. Yeah. Well, we've made it to the switchback. We've been getting down slowly, and
Pretty wild at night.
is it going alright, or?
It's pretty wild at night.
This is chaos, man. Yeah, this is
Alright, good luck.
Alright, thanks, mate.
Putting your car on the wrong line here could end in catastrophe, so we've got the best man Paulie guiding us through, and hopefully we can all make it down safely.
That's a bit full on.
Far out. The Pratt's get full on in a two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive.
Two-wheel drive, front-wheel drive.
Do it in the Camry, mate.
Well, that's 3 of 5 cars down safely, but getting the Prado through will be the real test. The Prados come through on a line that we're not entirely happy with, so we're going to hook up the winch from the GU and pull him back a little bit so we can reset.
Give him a little pull, just slowly, he doesn't have to go far. Drive just a little bit, Tank. Yep, that's good.
Beautiful.
So with that quick reset from the winch, we're able to guide the Prado safely down the switchback. Now, time for the GU.
A bit more. Just start turning in a little bit. A little bit more. You're really good there. Just keep coming at that. We might try and shuffle the back over a little bit more once you get down a bit further.
The back of the GU is quite heavy and we don't want to risk it sliding off the side, so we're going to try and shimmy it across the other way.
Up there for a sec. Go left hand down full lock, chuck both lockers in and go backwards.
Wait, Dan, put in 2-wheel drive.
It might slide over it, which is what we want. If it does, then that's really good.
Yeah. Oh, not really.
Yep, no, it's still good.
We still want the back to slide across a little more, so we're going to stick the car in just 2-wheel drive and hope it skids the back end across.
Yeah, perfect.
Bit of right now, actually. Go full lock right. That's good. That's the line. Just drive. Just go steady and just drive at that.
You need to crash into the Prado, Dan. Just do it.
Keep going, keep going. Yeah, that's it. How was that?
Actually, that felt a lot better than I thought it would.
Oh, there, Richard.
Fully on the spot. Like, absolute,
did a good job.
So with all the cars safely down the switchback, we could continue on through the night and work our way down the rest of the track. At this point in the night, the last thing we want is any more breakages to slow us down, so all the boys are being super careful to navigate their cars down the obstacles slowly.
Oh, look at those sliders.
Yeah, man, they're earning their game.
They're sliding. Wow, that's all the cars through the jungle section, the rocks and that, the rock garden, and now we're back in the open and we've got to get through that bit where you're either right off the side of your car or you got to deal with like 2 foot of mud. So I think the boys are already having dramas.
Coming down, Paulie's decided to pick the B line that we got stuck in earlier in the day, but has got stuck in the same spot and is now needing to be winched out. The issue here is that his rear universal joint is resting right on a rock and is at risk at damaging the tail shaft, for which he doesn't have a spare and is a custom length. The last thing we want is to damage another crucial component like this late into the track, so he's going to have to be careful.
Oh, I'd use it to get across, yeah.
Meanwhile, the other boys are making their way down the main line and hopefully they're not doing any more panel damage to their cars. Paulie's managed to get himself off of those rocks and now just has to get himself around that muddy corner.
If there wasn't that rock in the middle of the track, it would have been right.
Well, no issues in the mud for the big V8 runner. Last is to bring the GU through and then we'll be at the end.
Well, it's like 1:45 and we've done about 15 hours on Lake Cumberland track, but we made it to the bottom. all in one piece. All the cars are here. Well, actually not all in one piece. I take that back.
All the pieces are here.
We got all the pieces, just not assembled.
Yeah.
But the main thing is we got all the cars down. We got to see Lake Cumberland, and now we're back and we're just about to head off for the night. I think we're all very due for some rest, but what an awesome track. Did you enjoy it?
Oh, mate, it's an absolute weapon of a track. Like,
Yeah,
definitely some of the hardest driving I've ever done.
Yeah, likewise.
Yeah, but having
yeah.
some of these boys here to help us out and give us a guide up some stuff, definitely the experience
Makes the
pays
world
off.
world of difference. Yeah. But yeah, super impressed with all the cars. It's been an awesome first track for the KincromeBuildWars challenge, and I can't wait to see what we get ourselves into next. So make sure you tune into Paulie's YouTube channel tomorrow night for the next episode. We've got some more hard tracks to do. Yeah, it's going to be wild, so make sure you tune into that. But if you enjoyed this one, make sure you give it a like, get subscribed, and yeah, we'll see you in the next episode, guys. Cheers.